Welcome back, folks. Now, when you approach the issues that I mentioned in the first half of this show, and you do it from the correct energetic state, you can make such a difference in your life, folks. And if the entire world did this, we could literally reshape the world in a matter of minutes. You see, all of the things that I've mentioned, all of the problems that we face and all the division that we face, all of this can be combated by simply realizing who and what you are, by connecting with your community around you, standing in your power and exercising that power. And it isn't that you have to fight anything. All you have to do is exercise your right to be free. Because you are. You are free. You're answerable only to God. If any government official claims to be a higher authority than God and presumes to override that authority, then there should be a large onus on them to prove that they are a higher authority than God. You see, all of the laws that they attempt to enforce upon people and all of the New World Order system that they attempt to put in place, even beyond being a legal issue, this is a spiritual issue. Because these people simply presume to have the authority to intervene in your life. They presume to have the authority to write words on a piece of paper which gives them the legal right to rape the earth and to take everything they can from everybody that they can, to milk the wealth of the planet, to put people in a constant state of hardship, in a constant state of shortage. And as I keep coming back to, folks, these are people that we elect to act on our behalf. These are people that we elect and trust to act as the administrative arm of the people. And all they do is create wars and strip resources from the planet and strip rights from the people they pretend to represent. And folks, all we have to do to fix it is to do the inner work, face the shadow, break down the fear, connect with each other, and stand up for what's right. Turn our back on the system and say no. You know, it's really quite amazing that every problem the human race has ever faced has been a direct result of the actions of the human race. And every time it's something that has really had a bad effect on people or a bad effect on the planet, it's always been perpetrated because people have simply allowed things to get that way through being in the state of fear that they're kept in. None of these governmental systems work to serve the people. Anybody who thinks the government is on their side is absolutely living in Disney World or something. I mean, they're not in reality, because just by looking at the state of the world and the state of the human race and the state of our societies in general, it's painfully obvious that the government and those who control the government do not care about the people or the planet that they live on at all. Not one little bit. And because they've educated people into believing that this system is real, this whole meme, this idea that we have of society, that the world should be this way, because they've managed to keep people enslaved to this idea of what reality should be, it's allowed all of the damage that we see before us. You know, everybody's waiting to manifest a new reality, but they don't see that we could manifest a new reality right here on this earth, right now, simply by seeing the meme that enslaves us for what it is and deciding to follow the one law of service to the creation. If we could simply stop and start helping each other for no reason other than it's the right thing to do, we could change the world so quickly. There isn't any system that should be in place by any government that doesn't empower humanity and give humanity the best of what it can and allow it to reach the fullest of its potential. If there is one law, one system, one rule in place that impedes humanity's ability to do this, then the system is corrupt. And yet, when we look around us, we see virtually a race and a planet almost in its death throes due to our collective failure to acknowledge this one basic truth. These rules, these laws, these taxes, these corporate takeovers, these things are not there to help you folks. They're not there to help the human race. These rules are not in place to help creation in any way at all. They are in place to control your consciousness so that you will continue to allow this planet that we live on, this precious rock that we call home, to be degraded to the extent that it no longer supports life. All because some sociopath wrote some rules on a piece of paper and the human race was too scared of itself to stand up and say no. There is absolutely no reason for anybody on this planet to be in a state of hardship. There is absolutely no reason for the earth, the water and the air on this planet to be contaminated to the extent that they are due to human activity. There is no reason for anyone to be homeless. There is no reason for anyone to be starving. And yet we see all of these things on this planet due to the people's acceptance and compliance to this fictional system. And the source of this compliance by the people is fear, pure and simple. It's people's fear of connecting with each other, of stepping outside of the mould and of helping each other and supporting each other. And that's truly all it would take, folks, because once you do that, then the system becomes irrelevant. I've been talking to you and bringing this same message to you for almost 3 years now. And it must be getting a little bit monotonous by now, but I really don't know what else to say because the answer is so simple. And when you see its simplicity, then it becomes so obvious. The question is, why does humanity continue to do what it does when such a simple solution is right there within everybody's grasp if people would simply look and take the time to see it? There are a lot of people who are saying that the human race needs to be in the correct energy through this period. There's a lot of people saying we need to be centered in a state of love through all the trials and tribulations that we're facing. And yes, we do. We do absolutely need to be in this correct energetic state. But we also need to apply it to the world around us. Don't fall into the trap of being in a positive energetic state and yet sitting in a state of inaction and thinking that the world is going to change and that you are going to manifest a positive reality simply by being in that state. Because if you fail to apply it to the world around you, then you are simply helping to manifest exactly the opposite of the energetic state in which you are sitting. Because positive change for this earth and positive change for the human race will only ever come when the people decide to apply this positive energy to their physical surroundings. If they fail to do so, then they are simply maintaining a state of imbalance and they are creating a world of imbalance. And because they are in such a positive state and have not addressed the shadow in their lives, they are simply helping to make the collective shadow in the world a lot larger and a lot stronger. Because it all has to be in balance, folks, and naturally if someone is going to sit in a state of love and light and denial, then giving power to the shadow is the obvious result, because that is the only way balance is attained. So if people are telling you that you need to be in this energetic state, but they are promoting inaction, then I would be very careful of what information you are consuming. And it's the same with people who are charging exorbitant amounts of money, $130 to go into a conference to hear someone talk about how you need to sit in a positive energetic state and do nothing. Well, folks, these people are simply making a lot of money out of promoting inaction. And these people are not doing humanity a service, nor are they doing you a service. I know these are very desperate and very worrying times, and it can feel good to go to a lecture where someone is going to make you feel good by giving you a positive and inspiring message. But if they are not giving you a message that can be applied to the physical world and is offering you positive, rational solutions, and they are telling you to simply sit there and maintain a higher vibration while the world turns to a cesspool around you, then I would suggest that they are either blatant profiteers who are taking advantage of people's need for comfort and inspiration, or they are paid government shills that are out spreading disinformation. And certainly if you are paying $130 a ticket to go and see somebody, then I would very much question their motives. Because if they are placing that much emphasis on the collecting of paper, then it becomes quite obvious that they don't have your best interest at heart and are more interested in bolstering their own bank accounts. And it stands to reason that there are a lot of people that are going to be seeing the opportunities that are available from the current global situation and from people's need to receive some type of positive information. Because, as I said, there are a lot of quite desperate and quite scared people out there that are looking for answers to how to deal with the situation that we face. And many people are too scared to act. And if someone comes along and says, look, all you have to do is sit here and maintain this high vibration and give me $100 in order for me to deliver this information to you, then it becomes pretty obvious what these people are doing, folks. And it stands to reason that there would be a lot of people that see the opportunities and are out to take advantage of these opportunities in order to boost their own bank accounts. I mean, unfortunately, this is a basic human trait, and many people, especially con men, do see the opportunities that arise from people being in a state of fear and are very willing to take advantage of such opportunities. And these people are very much part of the problems that we're facing. One thing that cannot be denied, and that is that there are certainly a large number of people who are quite willing to lead humanity down the garden path in the name of personal gain. Much like our governments, really. And it must be remembered, folks, that this entire society that we have has been designed to create a race of sociopaths whose main goal in life is to benefit themselves, usually at the expense of others. And unfortunately, those who are most easy to gain from are those who are in a state of fear or those who are in a state of need. And as the main purpose of our society is to keep people in a state of fear, and as people are waking up to the corruption that controls their lives, this is putting them in a state of need. And this creates a very opportunistic environment for those people out there who are willing to take advantage of the needs of others. And unfortunately, there are a great many people within our society who seek to take advantage of such opportunities. Essentially, you should always trust your heart, folks. Trust your intuition and trust your heart. And don't be led down any blind alleys. It's good to have positive and empowering information, but you must never forget that you are currently living in a 3D reality, and that all of the problems that we face in the world can be very easily addressed by acknowledging and facing the shadow that we hold within from the correct energetic state. If people are telling you to be in a state of positive energy, but they are not suggesting methods for you to face the shadow and apply it to the external world and thereby heal the world in which we live, then they really are not providing you with any solutions at all. There is a fine line between simply maintaining a high frequency and sitting in a state of denial.